Hi guys, today I wanted to give you Kyla. This is the famous Doberman lean. So they lean and it can knock you over sometimes. So he just wants to have a body contact. He's very needy today, really bad. So I suppose we're together giving intro today. I wanted to show you my Echeveria collection and also share some tips that I think are going to be very helpful to you if you, like me, are keeping Echeverias under lights. I feel like every year I learn some new things about my plants that help me provide better care for my succulent collection. This last year was the first year that I kept Echeverias under lights, most of them at least, and I wanted to see if I'm going to have less pests and less problems with them. And I did have less pests, but I got some new problems, and I'm gonna talk about possible solutions for those problems. So yeah, let's start. So I'm currently in our master bedroom where I have these white IKEA shelves by the windows where I placed a variety of plants that spent winter facing southwest, and Echeverias agavoides were among those plants. I have found Echeveria agavoides to be the easiest from Echeverias. So if you're a beginner and you would like to have Echeverias, I would recommend starting with these ones. So even if you don't have LED lights or you don't have enough natural light, these Echeverias are really easy and not demanding. They can, be in a window that's facing northeast, northwest, and I think that they can still survive and not stretch, not deform like some other Echeverias. I have also found that these require to be less water than the other Echeverias. So I kept them together with Hawortius and Elos, these particular ones. For the first time, I have this one for years, and it split, the top of the rosette started splitting in two rosettes. So you can see like two heads, which is really exciting. It's so pretty. I really like Echeverias agavoides. And when I started collecting Echeverias, I lost, a lot of the different ones that were either stretched or attacked by pests. And Echeveria agavoides, I don't remember losing much. I would burn them and I had to behead them, but they would always continue living. So I have this one for a while. And then I have here cuttings from Echeveria agavoides lipstick. They rooted a while ago. They're supposed to have much deeper red on the edges, but because during the winter here in Michigan we can have days without much light, they're not having as strong of a color, but they're still looking really good. So let me see if there is another one that I can show you. So I have here my mother plant Echeveria agavoides lipstick. And as you can see, some of the leaves are going this way down instead of up. And this is usually a sign that at some point this plant didn't have enough light. This may never reverse. So if you want to change the look of this plant, you would have to behead it by probably cutting somewhere where the leaves are starting to be flat and going upward. I might do that just because I want to have more babies of this plant. Not necessarily because I hate the look of it, because I think it still looks beautiful in this pot, and I don't mind that some leaves are going down. And then one of the newest additions that's preparing to bloom is this gorgeous little Echeveria lime and chili. I found it in one of those small black plastic pots in Lowe's. And I had this pot free, and I felt like it's going to be a perfect fit and it's going to look so pretty on these white shelves. So I moved this plant to this pot, and look how beautiful it looks. I can't wait to see its blooms. And yeah, so I keep it here on the white shelves. So yeah, so let's go downstairs so I can show you the rest of the Echeverias that are under light. I'm in my plant room, and as you can see, I have on different shelves different plants. Here are mostly Crassulas. I have some Grapto, various Graptophthalms and Graptosedums here. And then here I have mostly Echeverias. So this is what I'm going to be showing you today. So these are kind of more bluish color ones, and then I have like a variety of like a pink and purple over here. So I'll start with this side. So this is the one that I got from Lowe's in I think end of summer. It had like two smaller rosettes coming up. As you can see, they have grown quite a bit. This is the one of the Echeverias that was attacked by mealybugs, by pests, and you see the damages on the leaves. But all the new growth looks really well. So this one recovered. I sprayed it with alcohol, 70% alcohol, and this Echeveria pulled it through. And actually it's growing new rosettes underneath, so I'm going to try to show you here under my finger. There, you can see. So that's really exciting. So it seems to be prolific, and it didn't shrink in the size, which I also like, because I've been having problem with a lot of plants under lights doing that. The next one here, I have Echeveria Calibra. This one grew quite a bit in height, and I accidentally broke one in half. So because it was a cutting, I decided to behead the other one too. They were like sort of stems like this, like they kind of look like clusters, as you can see, with 3 heads on top. So I ended up cutting the other one so they don't look uneven in the pot. The next one here, I have this combination of crested form and the regular form. I think it was a gift when I was having a big purchase from Estella on Succulent Marketplace. You can find my unboxing video about it. So you can see this one grew a lot. The next here we have this I forgot the ID of this one. But as you can see from the damages, this one was attacked by pests. I sprayed it and it recovered, it's growing, and overall doing pretty good. I'm happy that it's getting better. This one here, this is the problem I wanted to talk to you about. Under lights, the drying has been incredible of the plants, and the debris from this particular one, I would have like 10 leaves debris from small rosettes and from big rosette every week. So it just shrinked in size, and I don't think it's going to ever come back to how it looked before. And I'm really sad because it's just such a pretty Echeveria. I think it's maybe Holy Gate. So these are all like, it looks so full months ago. So just the lights really dried it up. Then this is my Da Vinci Code Echeveria. I beheaded it because it was quite tall stem, and it rooted, and it's now growing in this pot. Then here I have Echeveria Pink Violet Green, and that one also kind of shrinked in size, but it's continuing to grow, and it's having a new growth coming up on the bottom that it's slowly becoming bigger. I really think this one is so unique and cute looking. Then I have here, I think these are both pots of Echeveria Elegance Blue, or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I had this one in a conservatory, and I recently brought it here, and I did a video where I kind of cut the stems so they don't look as leggy. And it's been under lights and getting a little more pinkish and purplish color. This one here has been with me for a while, and has like from reddish pinkish tone on bottom leaves to bluish tones on top. Then I have here this Pachyphytum. I forgot what's the name. It kind of looks like a diamond, you know, like it has like interesting white lines through the leaves. And then I have this one here. I don't know if this is Atlantis or Peach or what it is. This one has been doing pretty good. Then I have some bigger pots here. This is a recent addition, Echeveria Elegance. They has a lot of rosettes, beautiful looking. Then I have here Topsy-Turvy Echeveria. There has a lot of new babies growing. This one is very prolific Echeveria. And then these were somewhat recent additions. This is Atoll Echeveria, one cutting that I got from Emily last year, and then these are from Plants of Joy. In a video that I recently had, I was planting this one, and I think that they all look great. I'm not sure if I like the order. Maybe they need to be a little bit differently arranged, but they all look good. I like the color and how leaves look. Really am enjoying looking at this one. Here's a few smaller pots. I'm not sure that I know idea of this one, and I don't think that camera is catching these orangish and pinkish color on the leaves, so it looks a little bit different under my eye. Then I have here Echeveria in Bricada. I don't know idea of this one. This one is one of the additions, maybe Minima hybrid from the end of summer. It was attacked by pests. You can see the damages, and I sprayed it and it recovered. It just shrinked inside. It had a lot of debris around the edges, but the baby grew, and baby now is almost the same size as the mom. And then I here have Lilac Frost, which is a little bit more rare and expensive Echeveria that got attacked by pests, and I thought I'm going to have to throw it away. So I took it to conservatory to try to recover it, and it completely recovered and started having new growth. And I beheaded it about 10 days ago, and I checked yesterday and it had roots. So it's doing awesome. Now we're going to second tray here. There is few intruders, as you can see. This is Cursula, but I placed it under these high grow pink lights to see if it's going to have more color, but I didn't notice any difference from being under Spider Farmer lights or under these lights, so maybe I'm going to put it back with Cursulas. So this first one here from the second tray is, I think, some kind of hybrid. It reminds me a bit to Alawi, but I'm not really sure what exactly it is. This is Flora Blank. It's quite distressed, had a ton of debris, and I think that's why it's so small looking. This is Echeveria Provenberg and Petros Pearl hybrid. And this is a crested form of Echeveria, what is it, Frost, Cubic Frost, yes, Cubic Frost. I always want to say Topsy-Turvy because they're like so remind me to each other. And this is Dusty Rose, really cool looking, kind of like bonsai look. Then this one was sold as Echeveria Rosebi, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's Graptoveria Rosebi. So it's really pretty. It's a nice cluster I found in Arizona, and it just recently bloomed. So pretty. This one was also a new addition that I brought from Arizona. I think it's called Echeveria Cremolina. Look at those colors, guys. I just love it. So pretty. All right, next row I have cutting of Echeveria Calibra that I got from Plants of Joy, and then I have my Echeveria's Raindrops. I had these for a while. Is it now 2 years already? Something like that. Next row, in this tray I have some deep color beauties. So this one here is the newest edition. It's called Autumn Flame, and I feel like it actually grew a little bit since I brought it. It was also tagged by pests, so I had to spray it. But look at that color, so beautiful. Then this one here is Echeveria Molacco. These were cuttings that I got from Plants of Joy. Beautiful color again. And this is Echeveria Hagaitoimonensis. Also had pests recently. This is just perlite here. But I sprayed it and I think it's gonna be all right. So here's some more pink Echeverias. This one here is Echeveria Lola that used to be more bluish color, and now because the pink lights is very like distressed pink color, lost a lot of leaves again because it was drying under LED lights, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. This one here, I don't know idea of this one. I don't know which one it is, but yeah. Then this is my Echeveria Lola. I put together all of the different rosettes that I had. I had them in 2 pots. So I felt like this one was strange looking with that closed top. And then when I got closer, I saw that it's preparing to grow like 3 blooms. One from the middle here. It's really hard to see with camera. And then one here on the side and one on this side as well. So that's going to be cool to see. So it's preparing to bloom. Very exciting. So this one was a Chiberia that I propagated about a year ago. I bought it not last summer, but the summer before. And it was a huge one. And look how much it shrinked. And this one never really grew much. It just kept losing leaves because of how dry it was under lights. And then this is my Echeveria Simulant Freckles. And that one is doing really well, and it didn't shrink in size, but this is the one that was outside. And now we're off to the 3rd tray. First one here is my birthday gift. It's called Purple Delight. It is just so beautiful. I love the colors and the shape of this one, and that little rosette on a stem that's sticking out. It's just so pretty. The next one that I have, I really enjoy very much too. This is Echeveria Fabiola. Such an interesting color and shape, Echeveria, and it's growing a tiny little rosette, guys, over there on the bottom of the stem. So I would love to have that rosette grow bigger. Then I have Echeveria nodulosa cutting that I got a few weeks ago. It's successfully rooted and clumped up, looking really pretty. The next one is one of my rare Echeverias. This is Echeveria Pinky Trumpet. This one has been drying a lot until I took some measures that I'm gonna share with you. So I think it's finally having less debris. Next here I have the gift that I got from Sheena for my birthday. She sent it with my husband's gift, and I placed it under lights, so it rooted really quickly. Really nice healthy cutting, and it's variegated. It has a little bit of white and green, and that white becomes pink under lights, so you can see how leaves have like a little variegation. Then next I have this Echeveria Gilva that you can buy at the succulent shop online, Michigan seller actually of succulents, and she's actually pretty inexpensive. So and every now and then she will have free shipping. She just recently had free shipping, so I would highly recommend her. Then here I have one of the rare ones, Echeveria Gaboides Romeo. This one was super shrinked until recently, and it was like that for months. Just and no matter how much I water, it was just shrinked. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I have Graptoveria Debbie. What a beauty. And it's growing a little baby there, and a few other small babies I think are coming from the ground. I'm also propagating few leaves, so they're underneath. Next in this tray I have some Echeveria Provenberg. This one here and this one here that I beheaded. Then this is Graptoveria, what's the name for Silver Star. Then there is or Sedum Adolphi or something like that. And then here I have Sedum California Sunset, really pretty colors. And look at my Echeveria Rainbow. Oh guys, I don't think I had it ever this plumpy and big. All these rosettes look just so pretty. But I wanted to show you the one that I have from the previous year. So this one I got in this December, I think, or November. And the previous year for my birthday, I got a little cluster of 3 heads, and they had some problems when I got them, but then I recovered, and they got so attacked by the pests that I thought I'm done with them and they're not going to recover. I didn't trash them, so when I ordered these, the other ones actually started recovering. So I'm going to show you those really quickly. They're actually in a tray with chryssulas right here. And as you can see, all the new growth is now healthy. It used to be like all dark, moldy from the mealybugs and sticky, and all of these rosettes are starting to recover. So they're still small, but I think that they will grow. And then, since I'm already here with chryssulas, I just wanted to quickly show you this Echeveria. This is Purpurorum cuttings that successfully rooted. One actually is not the cutting, I brought it from Arizona, and one was cutting, and they're doing really good here on their lights. Now back to the tray. Here is what's left in this tray. This is one of the new additions this year that I got from Sheena. This is the one that I got from Walmart for $2, and it was really attacked by pests, didn't look good, so I took it to conservatory and recovered completely. It's growing again well. This is Echeveria Golden Glow. I love this one because it has such a unique colors. It was also attacked by pests this year, and I sprayed it and it's recovering. These are the cuttings that I just recently got for free as a in addition to my package that I ordered from Plants of Joy. It rooted successfully and it's doing good. And this is a little cutting from my Echeveria Calibra, and it's doing good. Then I have this beautiful Echeveria Magnifica. It has really long stem, and I think I wanna behead it. These two here I got in a swap from Isa. I can't remember the ID of either one, but I really like how they look. The colors are pretty cool. Then here is my Echeveria Chroma alive, and it's growing a new healthy growth, but it was, as you can see, very much damaged by pests, but it's pulling through. This is Dusty Rose cutting that rooted successfully, and I think that's it for Echeverias. I don't think I skipped anybody. So I did forget about these few Echeverias, and I'm sure that when I finish this video I will remember something else too. But here are my Echeverias Prolificus, and as their name says, they're very prolific. They have so many babies all over the place, and these have been for weeks, well, maybe even a month, under that new light Wolazek light. So they haven't been under Spider Farmer, and they have never been under pink lights. But as you can see, they do have some pink. This one is directly under light, and it started getting more narrow, like smaller, and getting more stress colors. And the one that's at the edge of the light, so a little bit further away, that one is a little bit more bluish, and the rosettes are a little bit bigger. And this one here, I forgot the name of. I bought it in that great nursery in Eau Claire here in Michigan, but it got so many mealybugs. I thought I'm gonna lose it, but I kept spraying it, and all the new growth now is finally clean. It has a really interesting look, like a tree, you know, with the branches, like really nice. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is the problems that I had under lights with Echeverias. So definitely there was less pests than ever before. So in the past years I kept Echeverias outside, and some of them would get cooked during the summertime. A lot of them would get etiolation, which is the word for getting more space between the leaves. They look stretched. And they also would get pests. And so when they were in controlled environment inside under lights through whole year, I had less pests, there was no stretching, and they had really beautiful colors. But the problem that I started getting with the Echeverias is that they would shrink on tops, their rosettes would get smaller, and I had incredible amount of debris. And this problem with the debris would increase during the winter time. So during the summer and spring, I didn't have that problem as much. But in the winter time, I mean, I would have piles of debris. Every week when I'm watering the Echeverias, I clean up all the dead leaves. And so some of the Echeverias, as a result, like I was telling you about this one that I think is Holy Gate, just changed the look completely, and I don't think they will ever be different. So, and that kind of made me sad. So with some of the Echeverias that struggle with pests or shrink in size, I took them to the conservatory. And I was already, thinking I'm going to trash them. They're not going to recover. So that was their last chance. And in conservatory, especially in the desert dome, there is a lot of space where I can isolate them from the other plants. And an interesting thing happened. In the last month, there was a number of plants, not just Echeverias, but Graptopetalums that I took there that I was about to trash because they look so deformed because of the pests, or they so shrinked, and they almost completely recovered in a matter of weeks. Pests were completely gone, and the rosettes started kind of spreading and opening a little bit, not being so small. So I was thinking, what's different between the desert dome in the conservatory and my conditions here? They do have a lot of light there, but I have also a lot of light under lights here. And I concluded that the big difference was the temperature. Desert dome temperature was in upper 30s, low 40s in most of the areas. Some of the areas that are closer to the heaters maybe had 50s or 50 degrees, and I decided to just do experiment here at home. So first thing that I did is decrease the number of hours that I had lights on, and this didn't resolve the problem. I still had debris. The plants didn't stretch, so it wasn't terrible, but it didn't resolve my problem. Then I turned off all the vents and I watched the temperature, and with lights on, even with a decreased number of hours, like between 8 and 10, without the heat vents, I would still have the highest temperature here in the plant room than anywhere in the house, significantly higher. So it would be like a little sauna whenever you come in here. So I decided to do something radical, and I left the window open, and we had like super low temperatures outside. In Celsius -17, in Fahrenheit about 0 at night, morning temperatures, and during the day it was between 10s and 20s in Fahrenheit. So I left about 2-inch window, and I kept it open with a ventilator working all the time in the room and spreading that cool air through the room, and kept it open like that for about 8 hours, and the temperature of the room dropped to about 50 Fahrenheit, between 10 and 15 Celsius. So I observed plants, and I did this for like a week every day, and it was incredible. The amount of debris decreased, the plants started sort of plumping up. I wish I took a picture of one of the Echeverias here, specifically that Echeveria agavoides, that was a shrink whole time since I got it, and for the first time plumped up when I decreased the temperature in the room. So I think if you're using lights like me, it's going to be really important to decrease the temperature and run the fan whole time. so that plants are not constantly stressed and like constantly losing leaves. And then when they are so dry, you feel like you have to water them, but maybe they don't want that much water because they want to rest. And you know, decreasing the temperature allows them to get rest. So I hope this tip is going to be helpful to you in taking care of your Echeverias and your plants at home. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. See you soon in the next video.